Hello. Okay.
Hi, I'm barely in frame.
Do we want to move it back a little more?
No, I think we're good here.
It's okay?
Yeah, we're good
Cool.
like this.
All right, so what are we doing today? What are we doing?
We are filming.
Today we're answering questions on how we got started in business. So if you wind up showing up on the live and you have questions, pop them down in the chat down below. We have a few that were already asked to us that we're going to go through and answer now.
Yeah.
But again, if there's anybody on the live who has a question about how we got started, how we started our business, stumbling blocks, anything that we're not answering, feel free to ask.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so number one, why did we choose to go into coaching?
We chose to go into coaching because of past experiences. We've been in a coach-mentor type situation before and loved it. We found a lot of fulfillment there. We really enjoyed it. It was wonderful, and you can hear Gunnar crying because he's between sleep cycles and maybe done napping altogether for the afternoon.
We'll give it a minute. We're going to keep going, and if I have to go get him, we'll get him.
Worst case scenario, we have a third wheel. Third wheels are good. The third wheel makes the trike.
Did you finish your thought?
Why we chose to go into coaching. Sorry, I'm very scatterbrained today. We chose to go into coaching because we've been in a similar role before and we found it very fulfilling. It was something we really enjoyed, and we found that it added a lot of value to others, and we saw that we could maybe make a bit of a positive impact in the world through coaching.
And for us, it came down to what aligned with us, our vision and our values. And it's a huge value of us to create holistic freedom in our life. So like debt freedom, location independence, being able to live through our values, which for us is to be home full-time together, raising our kids together as full-time parents, spending time and money on the people and things that matter most to us.
Yeah.
And we saw this as an avenue that really fulfilled a lot of those different things for us.
While allowing us to make that same sort of thing available to others, because what's the point of having everything you want if you're the only one that gets to enjoy it?
Yes. So now we get to teach other people how to build their own online businesses.
Yes,
not just in coaching, but like
in general.
In general. So what did it cost for us to get started? Now, I'm not going to include the cost that we paid to hire our own business coach or for our certifications, because we went above and beyond and got
that's very subjective depending where you go, who you go through, who you chat with, what deals they have at any given time, and what even industry you want to get involved with.
And we pursued numerous certifications, not just one. So I would say less than $300. And that included our mailbox that we needed because we didn't want to post our personal address on the internet. It included our business email, our business domain registration, the cost to register our actual business with our province and our provincial government, the cost to host our website, and then later on down the line we wound up getting other things in place as well, like an email marketing campaign manager and a bunch of other stuff. But $300 is about what we spent to start our business.
Yeah.
And the question tagging on to that one is, what did we pay for right away that maybe we didn't need to have right away?
Yeah, because...
Do you want me to go get Gunnar?
Yeah, maybe, and I'll chat about this.
I'll be right back.
So right out of the gate, especially for like our business and what we're doing, you don't necessarily need to go whole hog with, a giant fancy website and all of this back end stuff. I mean, I think if we wanted to, we could have done a lot of like kind of free stuff, content, reaching out to people, having conversations, and then just having like a simple link or an invoice that we sent to people who wanted to engage in our services. Again, Val would know a lot more about that, but I think right out of the gate we could have gone much leaner and kind of hit the ground running a little bit more, not gotten so bogged down with a lot of the back end stuff that, like, as of right now, we're built out for the foreseeable future. We've got about everything in place that we're going to need or ever could need. At least as far as I'm aware. But right out of the gate to get going, I think we could have started much more simply. But also, we love the analytics. We are analytics people. Val loves her some analytics. Let's see what else. How did you decide it was time to start a business? The desire to start a business has been really burning at the back in both of our minds for a very, very long time. We've tried many things in the past. As far as starting this specifically right now, it was kind of a perfect storm of several things. I wound up getting a longer term job leading up to Gunner being born, where we knew that I was going to be home for quite a while after Gunner was born. So we figured, like, if I'm going to be home anyway, we may as well capitalize on that time to build something for ourselves. Is there anything you wanted to add on to what we paid for right away that maybe we didn't need to?
I didn't hear what you said.
I talked mostly about, like, a lot of the giant, like, website build out and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's what we teach people now, is to, like, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Don't go overboard. You only need a few things to actually set up your business and start making money, and you do not need to spend as much money as we did getting all this stuff in place.
Realistically, to have a business, you need to know what problem you're solving and how you're going to solve it for people, and then people got to be able to find out about you, they got to be able to send you money, and you got to be able to make them aware of why they even care about you. That's basically it. You can do that for free on multiple platforms pretty much, or for very, very cheap. You don't need to go whole hog like we did, but we did.
And then did you cover how we decided it was time to start a business?
Yeah, I talked about how, we knew I was going to be off with Gunner coming anyway, and how we both wanted to start a business and be more in control and not be under other people's thumb, because it does not feel good when they got you by the paycheck.
And when we were thinking about this, we were thinking about jumping into YouTube full time, because we do run our YouTube channel. We're recording this on another phone for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And we had been monetized on there, and we're like, okay, well, we'll just go full time with that and run with it, and we'll put more time into the Etsy store, because we run an Etsy store too. And those two things make us a couple $100 a month. So we're like, we're going to do that. And then
that was initially what I thought when we talked about, like, going full time in the business and making it more of a priority and making it like our full-time thing. I had thought we were gonna, like, my initial plan in the back of my head was that we were gonna, like, double down on the YouTube thing, maybe get some better equipment, try and, like, up the production quality and stuff like this, and do different things and branch out within the personal finance realm. And then we wound up doing this because a lot of the stuff we came across with personal finance was just a part of it was a lack of income from people, a lack of freedom. We've been kind of sold a bill of goods that you need to do the thing you hate in order to make the money to one day be able to do the things you love. And I think a lot of people are finding that's just not sustainable. So it was just kind of a natural progression into what we're doing now.
Yeah, and again, it came down to one of those things where, like, we kind of sat back and reflected, like, why did we start the YouTube channel to begin with? Because when we started it, we were living full-time in a 21.5-foot RV, and we were RVing full-time before we had our kids, and we loved it, and that's because we wanted to pursue a life of freedom and location independence and just an alternative way of living, and we wanted to be able to inspire other people to chase that same dream. And we had been told, or I had been told a few times to, like, oh, Val, you should get your life coaching certification. And I was like, I would love to be a life coach, but, like, I can't make money doing that. I don't know how I would do that. And then we kind of went back to it, and we were like, well, if this is really what our passion in life is to help others live a more authentic, purpose-filled life of passion and freedom, how do we do that? How else can we facilitate that? And so that's kind of what snowballed into what we're doing now.
I see we've had a couple of people join, so if anyone has joined, if there's any other questions you want us to answer, drop them in the comments and we'll get to them as quickly as we can here. Yeah,
we're just going through the ones that have been asked when we did this poll on Instagram earlier this week. But if you have questions while you're on the live about how we started our business and anything related to that, feel free to ask them and we will answer them as we go along.
Yeah, we're a little over halfway through our preloaded questions, so if there's anything else you want to ask about, drop them in and we'll get to it. So
the next thing was, what did we prepare ahead of time in order to start our business?
A lot of what we prepared ahead of time was financial stuff, saving a little bit of money, streamlining as much as we could, because we knew we were closing in on the window of Gunner's birth, where we knew that after that I was going to be off work for an extended period of time. So in order to capitalize on that, we just did our best to save as much money as we could. That way we wouldn't be stressed about paying groceries or putting diapers on the kid, kind of deal. And it enabled us to have enough money to fund the startup of our business, and engage the services of our coaches and so forth, do all the back end build outs and website stuff and boring administrative legalese BS.
And then what would we recommend to someone else who wants to start a business? That would probably be the number one thing, is make sure that you've saved up a bit of money first.
Yeah, make sure you can afford to do it. For whatever your business is, if it's something that you need an additional certification for, or some type of professional training, or even just to build a website, whatever, if you can't afford to do a simple website build and that's what your business is hinging on, then you can't afford to start the business.
Yeah, so I would say getting a little bit of savings set aside, whatever you feel comfortable with. It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months of living expenses. Like if you're looking to just like jump ship at your job and dive into building a business full time, save a bit of a security net first. You don't have to do that. That's just what we wound up doing.
Yeah, because once again, my job is very unstable, and we knew that as of September, I was going to be off for a significant period of time anyway, so it just made sense to capitalize on that when it happened. You know, you make hay while the sun shines. Come here, Papa. Come see Dad.
Go hang out with Dad.
You want to come snuggle Dad?
And then another thing is, I would recommend being really clear on your why and your vision for your business. Like understand what it is you want to do and why you want to do that, because everything kind of hinges on your ability to communicate that to your ideal client, your ideal customer, how to structure your business, the offers that you're going to create or the service that you're going to provide and how you're going to market that. Be really, really clear on what you're doing and why you're doing it.
You Tootie boy? And again, that goes back to what I said earlier about how we've kind of been sold this bill of goods that you're supposed to live your life doing things you hate so that you can make enough money to eventually be able to do the things you don't hate. I think that's kind of garbage. Figure out what you like and what you're passionate about and what you want to do and what direction you want your life to head in. And then, guys, we live in the future. You can monetize basically anything now. You're going to find a customer for it somewhere as long as you do your marketing right. So as long as you can marry those two concepts, like do what you're going to love, and then you can just live the life you want right out of the gate. You don't got to be miserable for 40 plus years just so you can get your golden watch, golf for 2.5 years, and then die.
So depressing.
Yeah.
And then the last one we have here is somebody had asked, what is the biggest mindset shift you had when you started your business?
Yes, because mindset is everything. If your mindset sucks, your life will suck, and then your life sucks.
Cody and I had talked for years about wanting to build a business together, and we were always just kind of waiting for like the right time or until we knew what we wanted to do or we had the skill set to do it, or like there was just always an excuse.
Part of that is we were very much living not in the future, where we were thinking like, well, you know, you need like $1 million+ to franchise a McDonald's. You know, you need huge startup costs for this. You got to buy a store here. You got to do this. And because like everyone you really saw online were like these kind of big established brands that had all kinds of credibility, and we would look at that and be like, well, I can't do that. I'm not, XYZ fitness guru making a giant living online, anything like that. Like, I'm just me.
So it was kind of a twofold thing. The first one was we went from saying, well, I don't know how to do that, to I'm going to learn how to do it. Because you can learn to do anything that you want to do. Yeah. If somebody else can do it. Once
you figure out what you want to do, you can then learn how to do it, and then you know how to do it, and you can do it.
Yeah, if you see somebody else doing something that you want to do, and you don't know how to do it, let that person be proof to you that it can be done. Yeah. And you just need to learn how to do it.
That's the thing about humans. We're incredibly capable and incredibly adaptable. If someone can do something, that means it can be done. And if it can be done, there's no reason that you can't do it too.
Yeah.
It may not look exactly for you like it does for them, but you can still do it.
And then the other mindset shift that we had to have was going from feeling like we didn't have enough time, we didn't have enough money. There was always an excuse that it wasn't the right time to do it. And finally we said to ourselves, Cody got laid off, Gunnar was about to be born in a few weeks. It was probably literally the worst timing to be starting a business.
Yeah, we definitely, going back, if I could think about a better time to start a business, it would have been before we had 2 kids under 2 and we weren't getting any sleep.
But we finally just said to ourselves, like, listen, it's now or never. We're always going to have an excuse as to why we can't jump in and build our business, and we're either going to do it or we're not. And so we just made the decision, and we're like, you know what, this is it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're committed. Whatever it's going to look like, whatever the path is to get there, we are going for it.
Yeah. Years ago, I was told that, if you have the mindset of I'll be happy when, like when I graduate, when I get this truck, when I get this job, when I go on this vacation, if you keep thinking I'll be happy when, you're never going to be happy, because when never happens. And if you keep thinking it'll be the right time when, it's never going to happen. Because it'll never be when.
Life is short, guys. If there's something you want to do, just go do it.
Yeah.
Go do it. Don't wait for the right time. There's never going to be a right time. There's always going to be a reason why you can't. Just make the decision to do it and go for it.
I do believe, I'm a big believer in, hashtag YOLO, just send it and see what happens. But you also need to make sure that you do things smart. You know, if your plan is to quit your job to start your business, you got to make sure you got enough money saved to pay your bills, or some way of paying your bills, whether that's extremely streamlining things so that you can, you know, have your unemployment cover it for a couple months while you get the business started, whatever.
I feel like most people in the States, I don't think the States has employment insurance like we do here.
Oh, okay.
I think if you're off work, you're just off work, unless there's
Yeah.
like a medical reason for it, maybe. But yeah, there should be some planning. But the bottom line is like, if there's something you want to do, make the decision to go do it, and then make your plan to get you there.
Yeah.
So that's all the questions that we had.
Yeah, that's all the preloaded questions we have. I see we got a few people with us now.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions around how we started our business, or if you have questions around how to start your own business, or what kind of what that would look like, feel free to drop them in the comments. We're going to hang out for a couple more, maybe another minute or two here.
Yeah, we'll hang out for a sec here. This little man, I think, wants to do an eat again, because he's a Zilinski. That's pretty much all we want to do is eat and sleep.
He's a growing boy. He wants to eat all the time.
Yeah, he's growing a lot, guys. Like, I swear, we put him down for a nap, and when I go to get him from his nap 45 minutes later, I'm like, you're bigger. That onesie is tighter.
Is there anything else that you want to share? Thoughts around, like, how we started our business, or why?
How and why? I think the biggest thing is just, you gotta believe in yourselves, guys. You know, it's really easy to say, well, I'm passionate about X, but I don't know how I would make money at it. You can figure it out. There's people that make money doing all sorts of stupid stuff. Look at Grumpy Cat. It was a cat that looked angry, made $10 million. And that's not even an exaggeration. Yeah. Or there's the kid on YouTube that reviews toys that made more last year than I would conceivably have made at my career in my lifetime. And yes, that is super depressing. But we live in the future, guys. Technology is amazing. There's no reason we got to slave away doing stuff we like. We just have to put the effort into figuring out how to get paid to do things we love. Because it's the American dream that we were all sold growing up. You can have your dream life.
Trey is also awake. Okay, if there are no more questions for us, then we are going to hop off.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
We're going to finish up being business owners and go be parents.
Yes, because that is what we designed our life around.
Yeah,
being
that's the idea
parents.
of lifestyle. Then figure out what lifestyle you want, and then you can figure out how to build it. Because if you aim at nothing, you hit it. Exactly.
But if you shoot for the moon, you land among the stars.
Yeah.
It's my favorite saying.
It is very nice.
Okay, we'll talk with you guys later.
Bye, guys. All right. And now that Instagram is gone, you guys obviously can't ask us any questions here, but you can drop some in the comments to these videos. And if we'll address you in the comments, or if you want, we can do a follow-up video. If there's enough questions, we're definitely down for that.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say to the tubes, babe?
I don't think so. Just thanks for hanging out, as always, guys.
Yeah. We're glad you could be here. We hope you found the video enlightening and enjoyable. If you did, hit the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you like it. If you don't like it, dislike it twice. Make sure you sign up for notifications so you find out when we do videos. Because we haven't been doing them super consistently lately. Life has been hectic. So if you want to know when we do them, make sure that you sign up. And also, if you do want to know what we're up to on a weekly basis, I've taken over editing of the vlogs for the most part.
He's been doing an awesome job.
So if you want to see what Cody editing a video looks like, become a channel member and you can enjoy our weekly vlogs. But other than that, I think I'll turn little man around. Our drooly little mess. So that's it, guys. If you like it. If you don't like it, dislike it twice. Thanks for coming along with us. We love you very much. And we'll see you on the next one. Gunner, say bye.
Bye.
Bye.